Hey, what's going on, my ASVAB party people? Happy Monday. Today we're going to be going over a class talking about percents as proportions. So if you're in the program, you're going to be looking at arithmetic reasoning units 2 and 4, all right? So this is going to appear in the program later this month, but let's go ahead and knock this one out and then enjoy the class coming up later. So first things first, as always, we're going to read that question. And it says here, how many miles would you need to run to burn off 25%? Okay, sounds good. So we read the first part of the problem here just to get a better sense of the context, because I just saw, a number thrown there. We might want to get more context. So here I see that if running 6 miles burns off 15% of your daily calorie intake, how many miles would you need to run to burn off 25%? Now, here's the thing. Obviously, we see that there's a percent here. And what makes this question a little unique is simply going to be the way that I solve it. So I want to show you a different way to handle a problem like this, because percents and proportions, they're actually the same idea. So here we go. In red, I already have that highlighted. How many miles, so we'll say blank m miles. And that corresponds to 25% of my daily calorie intake. Now from here, what we're going to do is in blue, let's go ahead and grab that highlighter. And we see here, running 6 miles burns off 15% of your daily calorie intake. So with that said, we can say, hey, 6 miles, that corresponds over here to 15%. Now for my party people who have gone through my proportions exercises before, you know that I always say, compare the same things in the same way, right? That's what I always say. So notice how that's what's being done here. We don't know how many miles corresponds to 25%, but we know that 6 miles corresponds to 15%. So knowing that, bam, we can set up a proportion and we're good. So we don't have to go through the traditional percent formula and work with those decimals. You can actually just do this. So in red, I'll go ahead and write m miles over 25%. And then on the right side, we'll have 6 miles corresponding to 15%. Again, at the top, we have miles. At the bottom, we have the percentage that it corresponds to. So now all we need to do is solve this proportion, and we can cross multiply and divide. We can try simplifying beforehand to give ourselves an easier time. And I think I'll go with that route. I'll go ahead right over here. I notice that, hey, 6 divided by 15, or as a fraction, that can be simplified because both can be divided by 3. So after doing that, now, great. We still have the m over 25, so we'll just copy that over. And then on the right side, we're going to go ahead and sport not 6 over 15, but it'll be 2 over 5. All right, so now we have this. Again, it makes it just a little easier to do because now if we go ahead and cross multiply and divide, we're dealing with easier numbers, giving the chance for us to make a mistake much, much lower. So here, m times 5, 25 times 2, that's nice and easy. And then here we'll divide both sides by 5 and we're all good. Bam, cancel out, and we have m equals 10. And there we are. So check that out, my math party people. Hopefully that made a lot of sense, and I really hope to see you in tonight's class, because in tonight's class we're going to be going over this exact topic. We'll be showing how all of these different problems that we can do in terms of looking at them as percents can also be looked at as proportions. And by adding that to your tool belt, you'll be in a pretty good position to raise your confidence and your score. So again, if you want to join tonight's class, feel free to register for my free practice test and free class. Click that link in the description of this video. That way you can go ahead, free register, get that practice test. And oh yeah, a new feature, our free practice test for the arithmetic reasoning will provide you with a detailed score report via text message the moment that you're done. So again, my ASVAB party people, hope to see you in tonight's class. Use the link in the description to register, and let's ace the ASVAB. And on the off chance that you didn't know, we have a free class actually once a week. We have 3 classes total, but I would love to have you in at least a free class. That way I can give you that momentum, that confidence to continue raising your score. I'm Coach Anderson. Go ahead and text next free class to 833-321-0182, and we'll reply as soon as we can with all the information, letting you know where to go to ace the ASVAB. I'll see you there.